Yo, this is Smitty here, man. Got this video, putting together a few clips or what have you of tackling done and shown in its truest form and it's proven in its best nature to prove all those naysayers that are saying that backbreaker is blitz or blitz S just because of the fast pace and the way things move. So these vids here truly prove by scientific nature how hitting is done on football.
Ooh. Is this pretty realistic?
Feel pretty good. It feel like I made a big hit.
Here's an inside look at the blindside hit. As Joey slams into his target at about 14 miles per hour, he delivers 1,160 pounds of force. That's the same amount of force as getting kicked in the back by the hind leg of a raging bull.
I just showed my burst off the line of scrimmage. That's the best thing to do. At my position, to have quick reaction time.
Sue reacts to the trigger in only 26 hundredths of a second. That's the fastest reaction time we tested, including backs and receivers. This is because Sue launches like a true sprinter. For that crucial first step, he keeps his back nearly parallel to the ground, maximizing his horizontal force. Sue hits a top speed of 13.5 miles an hour in only 1.3 seconds at the 6-yard mark. Our analysis of Sue's acceleration and speed reveals that incredibly, over 20 yards, this 300-pounder is flat out faster than Tony Romo. Next test, the heavy bag gauntlet. To replicate the challenges of moving through a wall of blockers, Sue must navigate a series of 300-pound heavy bags and then tackle our crash test dummy. What kind of technique do you use when you see an open shot like this?
I'm driving through them, keep the feet running,
Right.
and take them to the ground as hard as I can.
3, 2, 1, go! Dude, oh my God. Sue crushes our crash test dummy with over 3,200 pounds of force. That's the biggest impact we've ever measured, even more than hits by sports science alums Ray Lewis and Chris Jenkins.
Ray doesn't just tackle the dummy, he nearly buries it into the ground.
That's a hell of a hit. That's a hell of a hit. That's the freaking way the game is played, bro. That's the beauty of freaking football. That's the beauty of freaking football, man. That's contact. See that right there? Call that color right there. See, back in old school days, if you had some of this color coming out of football games, that's when you know who won that battle. He lost today. Dummy lost.
It sure looks nasty. But did this open field tackle create a bigger impact than the home plate collision? Our base runner accelerated up to 18 miles an hour and blasted into the catcher with an impact of 1,600 pounds of force. Ray got up to 12 miles an hour and smashed into the dummy with a massive 2,200 pounds of force. That's nearly 38% more force than the collision at home. There are two reasons why. The first reason is that the catcher is stationary. Ray and the ball carrier are both moving. Since force equals mass times acceleration, both Ray's speed and the dummy speed are added together or what's called the closing speed. And this is why the biggest hits in sports will always be found on the football field.
So as you've seen from the 3 vids here that I've shown, and there's at least another one I had seen where Quentin Jammer had came around and he basically had depicted a hit on a player that's coming across the middle, and he basically had shown that the impact of his hit was the equivalent, in terms of the force, was the equivalent of a 35-mile car crash, which is used for cars to test the safety impact on vehicles, the safety impact zones on vehicles. So this just lets you know, when you want to come up and say, oh, it's like blitz, it's like blitz, look at the way they fly, it's like blitz, actually pay attention to this, because as you can see, these guys, you have Ndamukong Suh, who is a 307-pound defensive lineman, and he has, and out of all the draft prospects, or the prospects that they tested, that was around the time of the draft, he had a better first step than all those players. So that's better than halfbacks that are lighter in weight and size and everything, and this guy got off the line that fast. So that lets you know about the speed variable. Also, you seen how much strength he had. You seen how hard he tackled that dummy. You seen how he was able to barrel through those 300-pound bags. The man's huge, but the thing is, he's not the only one that's huge like that and that can barrel through and come that fast. The game is fast. The game has a lot of speed. So when these players are coming off, these guys are taking 5, 6 steps, just like Ray Lewis. These guys are playing 5, 6, 7 steps and laying these ridiculous hits on players. And Ray Lewis depicted it best when he talked about what the game is all about. He talked about it because he thrives on the defense. And that's what it is. When you see football on the field, what do people look for it for? They watch for the hits. They look for the spin moves. They see how they spin from the contact. How do they react to taking a hit from Ray Lewis and keep on trucking? Things of that nature. You know, Ray Lewis and other players. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when you're seeing that being depicted in its truest, purest form out there on the field, you cannot deny that. So to see what these people there over at Natural Motion did with this game in terms of putting it together, they did a really, really good job. I can't get mad at the effort because they did a great job with it, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I honestly am, I honestly believe that, you know, with these points here, it truly proves how fast the game moves when you're on defense. So think if you got a stationary quarterback and you got Joey Porter coming in on a blitz. That's like getting kicked in the back by a dang on raging bull. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of force coming into somebody's backside like that, being blindsided or what have you. So I mean, you have to pay respect to all of that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, that's what they did with this game, was to depict that. So when people want to come up and make fun and make very light of all these things, all these casual gamers could watch Sports Science and they can check it out themselves. Casual gamers could go on YouTube like what I did, and you could see it scientifically proven. This isn't no hearsay. This isn't anything made up. These things are proven by people who do science for a living, and they scientifically they're taking everything that Natural Motion is depicted and basically put it in the most realistic form. They're showing the physics, they're showing strength, they're showing speed bursts, they're showing agility, they're showing the power. You know, it shows angles, tackling angles, pursuit angles, the way they pursue the target before the hit and everything. So they shown all of that in this video. So if y'all cats want to come out here and talk about this game like it's bad and not give it the respect it's due, show me where Madden is truly going to depict that. Number one, when you got some cookie cutter animation. Number two, when you're using a God view, quote unquote, when you're overlooking the field, the hits look microscopic in comparison to Backbreaker, where it has it right right there on the field, you can feel the impact and you can truly see and respect the impacts because they're not all the same. Ray Lewis does not hit everybody the same exact way. He does not have one tackle that's the exact same that he's done all the time. He has instances, but he does not hit people the exact same way every time, and he got it right in his true respect. So I just had to put it out there, so y'all check it out. Alright, y'all, it's your boy Smitty signing out. Peace.